Good evening and welcome. This is Alpha 3 Charlie Juliet Zulu, opening the Amateur Radio Exchange Group, AREG, for Wednesday, March 30th, 2022. This is week 1489 that AREG has been on the air. And my name is Chuck, and my station is located in East Hamilton below the escarpment. This informal Simplex Net, originally founded by John Sims, VE3JSU, is on every Wednesday night, starting at 8 p.m. and ending at 10 p.m. local time here on 146.430. While this is a Simplex Net, it is likely that not everyone will be able to hear everyone else. This should not discourage you from participating, and it may encourage some of you to improve your station. And keeping in mind that relaying communication has a long history in amateur radio, we do encourage the practice to ask for a relay when a station is unable to hear the other party or to pass on a message. We also ask that you please try and leave a 2-second delay between transmissions to allow other stations to break in. All right, may I now have check-ins for this evening's AREG?
VE3 KMQ.
All right, we got Mike in there, VE3KMQ. Good evening, Mike. How are you?
Yeah, VA3CJZ, VE3KMQ. Good evening, Chuck, and anybody else who may be along on frequency. Hope you're doing well. I am as well, but no, not too much going on. Just staying pretty close to home.
Yeah, you know what? Same thing for me there, my friend. The weather's just not where I'd like it to be. Hopefully, soon we'll catch up to what it should be at this time of year. I'm looking forward to that as well. Yeah, nothing to report weather-wise for the station here. It is a little muggy out back, so we're gonna wait again until the weather gets nicer to do anything out there. But did you hear the post from Bruce Willis's family saying that he's stepping down from acting because he's got a brain condition that causes problems with communication? And so, yeah, sad news to hear about the fella. He's, I think he's only around my age. I don't know.
Yeah, I did hear about that, Chuck, and that is rather sad news. I think they call it aphasia, APHASIA, I believe. I've never heard of it, but you're right. It is a cognitive type of disease, I guess, that could be the result of a stroke or other brain injury or something. But yeah, sad to hear. I understand language, ability to speak, and maybe even understand in some cases can be an issue. But yeah, he's not that old. Yeah, he's around my age too. So I'm 67. But yeah, he's a good actor. You know, of course, from the days. I can't remember the name of the show. It was comedy with
Moonlighting.
I can't remember her name. I guess that's old age sneaking in on me. But in any event, he was a good actor, and sorry to see that he has to, I assume, hang it up, whether that be permanently or certainly for a while anyway. Back to you.
Yeah, I know. I was reading another article. They were mentioning that he was having trouble with lines. He's got a couple of projects that he had on the go that he had to just say no. And some studios were noticing he's been having trouble. So yeah, it's been coming on for a little bit, anyways. So yeah. Other than that, thanks for checking in with us there, Mike. Anything new and exciting? Did you participate in the contest on the weekend?
Yes, I did. Had a pretty good time. You know, it's interesting. Some stations, typically stateside, I guess, but even internationally, we're racking up, I don't know, 3,000 and 4,000, maybe more contacts over the period of the weekend. I did pretty good at a little over 200, I think 220 or something. That was good for me. But of course, I can't spend every minute of the weekend glued to the radio. There is other parts of life to go on with. But I had a good time nonetheless, worked a number of stations across all bands, 10, 15, 20, 40, and even a wee bit on 80. But, those upper bands were open, worked a lot of South American stations and stations in the Caribbean. So, it was a lot of fun.
All right, good to hear there, Mike. Yeah, we did somewhere around 30 contacts there this weekend, again with countries that I didn't have before. Three of them have confirmed extra countries, so that was nice. I can't tell you which ones they are right now, but I'm quite happy about that, because once I got, because the conditions weren't very good a couple of years ago up until just recently, so I really haven't had a chance to dig into HF contacts very easily over the last few years, but it's getting really exciting. Stations like 15 meters opening up. That's where I got all my contacts on the weekend, except for one or two. So I thought, oh, you know what? It's so good over here. We'll just stay on this band, and everything's tuned up on that band. So we'll just leave it here, and I had a great day. So, yeah, very excited.
Yeah, I had most of mine on 10 and also 15. That was the lion's share of them were on those two bands. Yeah. Okay, Chuck. Listen, I won't be sticking around. I just thought I'd throw a proverbial bean in the pot there for you. Good to talk to you again, and we'll do it again. So with that, I'll pass along 73. Have a good rest of the week and a good weekend upcoming. VA3CJZ, PE3KMQ.
Okay there, Mike. Thanks again for checking in, and you go ahead and enjoy the rest of the evening. It's a pleasure having you as always, sir. Great signal, great sound, and again, you can listen yourself on YouTube if you like. Thanks again, Mike, VE3KMQ. All right, this is Victor Alpha 3, Charlie Juliet Zulu with the Amateur Radio Exchange Group, and we're looking for check-ins. Please come now. Huh. Okay. Yeah, I think our pad was right. The time change must have something to do with the later check-ins. So we'll try it again, do another shout out, and see who's out there would like to check in or test out the radios or just say hi. This is VA3CJZ with the Amateur Radio Exchange Group. AREG, looking for check-ins. Please come now.
Victor Alpha 3, India Mike Whiskey. Good evening, Chuck.
Hey, good evening there, Mac. How's things?
Things are wonderful. Things are just things. Happy hump day. Trust you're enjoying it. You probably didn't get any ice damage or anything like that today, so we're up in positive temperatures. Looking forward to warmer stuff tomorrow. Maybe a little bit more precipitation, but nonetheless, that keeps the grass green, right? And we're getting closer to April Fools. Anyways, are you running a different mic tonight, or what's going on? Your audio sounds a little bit different.
Oh, is that right, eh? Is it too loud, or is it too low? What's wrong with it?
Kind of echo-ish.
No?
So maybe it's low, and I'm hearing some background echo. I don't know how to describe it. It almost sounds a little thin.
All right. Well, let's turn the audio up a little bit there, and I guess I must have been playing around with the gain. on the Behringer board. How's that sound?
It sounds better. I can hear a fan going in the background, but yeah, usually the voice is a lot fuller. This is the boom mic that you're running?
Yes, sir. Same thing. The only thing, like I said, I've played with is the gain on the Behringer board, but that's it.
He sounds like when he's running through the crossband.
Well, kind of like that, but not that drastic. Yeah. Well described, Deb, and good evening to you as well.
Good evening.
Good evening, Deb. We'll put you down in the logbook here and see if we can figure out this audio. The only thing I've done is moved the boom around. So, yeah, and the gain. Played with the gain a bit there. Let's see. How does that sound? A little better?
Well, it sounds louder, but it's not the full-bodied Chuck voice that we're used to. So I don't know how to describe it other than that. Yeah, you've lost all your bassy, boomy bottoms and stuff like that. It's clear enough. I mean, you're perfectly understandable.
It sounds like you're away from the mic a bit, and you can sort of hear the room in behind you a bit.
Well, if you're checking out my YouTube video, you'll see that I'm directly in front of the microphone, less than a foot. So, yeah, I don't know. That's weird.
So did you have a topic picked out for tonight? Maybe we can just talk about microphones and audio.
Yeah. Geez, I don't know what to say now. I'm going to have to wiggle wires and whatnot and see if we can get this to sound like it normally does. I don't know what to say.
Well, that being said, perfect segue. I have ordered my HMM-IC. It's on back order, but looking forward to getting it in. It is a hand mic for the ICOM radio that's designed and built by Heil Sound. So looking forward to that. I've been always hampered by the low audio on the stock mic on this ICOM radio, and I'm hoping the Heil mic will open up that opportunity, maybe give a little better FM radio voice. Maybe I'll have the clarity that Deb has on her radio.
Oh, yeah. So what is it? Is it I wasn't really listening at the part where you said if it was a desktop or not.
The one I ordered is a hand mic. It's the Heil HMM-IC. So it's the HMM version for the ICOM radio.
Oh, okay. Again, that's something I don't know too much about. ICOM radios. I haven't had the pleasure yet.
Yeah, I think last Friday night we were talking about microphones and stuff like that, and Larry offered to lend me a desk mic, and when he looked up the adapter cable that I would have to order for it, and the bloody adapter cable is $55, and it only gets you part way there, right? So yeah, I just decided to go ahead and pull the trigger and get this Heil mic and see if it actually gives me any benefit or not. So one fine day, if you notice me sounding different, then that's the day I've plugged in the new microphone. But I'm not going to tell anybody that it's here. I'm just going to wait for people to say, "Hey, are you running a new mic? You sound really good." Instead of like me saying, "Hey, Chuck, are you running a different mic because you sound like you're talking through a tube?"
Well, that's That's quite odd. I'll tell you what. We're going to uh, let you carry on for a little bit longer while I change microphones real quick here, and we'll see how that works. All right.
All right. Well, I don't have a whole lot to say, and my beverage is empty. So I think this is a good point where we hand it off to Deb, and she can bring us up to date on all of her microphone selections. I heard her say buy cheap, so I'm going to make a quick dash to the fridge and get back in a real hurry because I want to hear what her experiences are for purchasing different microphones. Go ahead, Deb.
Okay. Well, I had a Yaesu desk mic on my 857, and the darn thing fell apart. And then after I got it fixed up and mounted, and then it stopped working. So I thought, I'm just gonna bite the bullet and look around. And I found this cheap microphone on Amazon. It's by Fifine. It's Fifine microphone. It had pretty good reviews. It's a studio type mic, and I looked up some settings for my radio and played around a little bit, and here we are.
Oh, very good, very good. All right, so we've changed microphones now. How do you read me now, Deb?
Oh, that's much better. That's back to normal.
All righty then. We're going to have to check that out um, on the other mic there when the net is over. So we'll just continue on with this microphone.
Good. You found the problem without too much trouble, or you know where the problem is anyway. Hey, I wanted to ask you before I scoot off here or out of here. Um, did you send your radio into Yaesu, and have you heard back? And what was your experience like?
Well, Deb, that's on my bucket list at the moment. I would have to have a radio that has the same capabilities as this one before I send it out to California.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm kind of leery, but because I have an 857 here that is in need of repair,
Yeah.
and it's in the closet right now. But I'm sure it'll cost a small fortune to send it off to California.
Yeah, I think I read an article where I think after the guy had all the work done and everything, it was, I don't know, 300 US maybe, somewhere around there, 3 to 500 US. Of course, depending on what you need done, right?
Yeah, plus shipping, eh? Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Well, I think it can stay in the old closet a while longer. Maybe I'll stumble across someone locally that will do the repair. I used to know someone way back when, out Welland way, but I don't know if he's still around or not. I'll have to make some inquiries.
Yeah, yeah, right on. There was a guy, geez, I forget now. He wasn't too far away either. There's a guy in Barrie, and then there's another one. I'm not sure if it's Carlisle. There's a few, not too many, a handful of people around uh, that can do that kind of work. So, yeah, if you do find someone, let me know. But yeah, and I've yet to get a. I'm going to send an email, I think, when I'm close to being ready to do it. I'm going to send Yezu an email and ask them for a quote, within reason, and see what they tell me.
It'll be interesting. It's too bad that Radio World and the likes don't, they don't do the repairs anymore. We need
Yeah.
like CB heydays where there are all kinds of radio repair shops around.
Yeah. Well, there's a guy in town here. I think look up a megabyte. I don't know if they're still in business or not, but uh, mega and then BYTE megabyte. He's a certified ham, and apparently has all kinds of degrees. So he used to we used to deal with him when I had when I was buying export radios and CBs and that. So he's on King Street down by where the snake place used to be, but yeah, I'm not sure right now.
X-Day on Megabyte. Nah. Yeah, definitely wouldn't recommend them. Just my opinion, V3PDO.
That's one way to get people to come out of the woodwork. Yep. Okay.
Yeah, I've heard lots. I've heard lots of stuff. So I'll look around.
Yeah. Okay. I just thought I'd throw it out there and see what kind of response we got back. And we got one guy to bite on the hook. Very good. Good evening, Paul. I guess I'm going to put you down in the log.
Very good, sir. Yep. I got a buddy over there, so I forgot all about the COVID net there, and then just looked at the time and thought, oh, better jump in here and throw a bean in the pot.
Yeah, like our pad was saying, the time change must have thrown people's clock off a little bit because this is like the second week in a row or so that uh, it's been quiet after I give my spiel and I ask for check-ins. So yeah, a little slow start, but that's okay. It happens. Thanks, Paul. Do you have anything else to add, sir, before we let you get back to your company?
No, sir. I'll be listening along, keeping up. I'll I'll chime in when necessary. V3PDO.
Okay, very good, Paul. We can always count on you to be uh, always the same. Don't change. All right, very good then. Debbie, go back to you there. Do you have anything else before we do another call out? We'll probably come around to you real quick again.
um, no, I'm just shopping at Radio World, and I notice everything's on back order. So what's the point? Anyway, I'll let you carry on and see if there's anyone else in there.
All right. Yeah, I just bought a USB cooling fan uh, today. Came in and yeah, for my radio equipment, and yeah, I'm pretty impressed with them.
Oh, okay. That'd be handy.
Yeah, they come with rubbers on the bottom and on the top for vibration. You can stand them up or you can put them horizontal, um, and they're quiet. So that's a big thing for me. The quiet the quiet part. Of course, they do make noise, right? They're spinning at high speed, but yeah, I thought I'd get ahead of the game for when it gets warm and the equipment is begging for air. We'll have some air movement uh, available all the time. They have a little on and off switch too, eh? And they're USB, little different sizes, 40, 80 millimeter, 120 millimeter. So yeah. All right.
Okay, yep. I have a USB socket right in my power bar, so that'd be handy
Yeah.
to have near the radio for the same reason for you in the summer when it gets too hot. Okay, I'll let you carry on. I'll be listening along.
Okay, Deb, thanks for checking in, and we'll call on you again soon. All right, this is Victor Alpha 3, Charlie Juliet Zulu with the Amateur Radio Exchange Group. Looking for check ins, please come now.
Alpha 3, Victor, Juliet, Charlie.
Victor Alpha 3, Victor Alpha Delta.
Okay, I recognize two stations there, VA3VJC and VAD. So let's go to Richard. North and Richard, you made it. I was just replying to you on the YouTube live stream.
Yeah, I decided to look down and everything was, our radio was at charger and a green light, which should mean battery power. So I picked it up and I decided to just bang my teeth together and say hi.
All right, Richard. Well, thanks for checking in live with us, as well as on the YouTube stream there. Oh, and also we have Sean VE3FNI saying hello online again. He can't be on the radio, so very good. Hello to Sean. Hope you're having a great evening there, my friend. Okay, Richard. Anything new and exciting over at your place?
Oh, not really. I've done some more putting around, starting to get the blue bin straightened out finally. And I'm going to go out and measure my backyard, find a position where I can get out my PhD, post hole digger, and put another 4x4 in the ground and try my vertical maybe by the weekend. Hopefully.
Yeah, well, it's supposed to be like 15 tomorrow, but I don't know. It might be raining all day, so it's eventually nice weather's coming, Richard. We gotta hold on a little bit longer. And I like that, by the way, a PhD, a post hole digger. Good one. All right then, Richard, we've got you logged into our log, and thanks for checking in. We'll get back to you.
Roger Dodger.
All right, got some wicked Roger beeps in there with your transmission, but I don't know what that's all about. Anyways, thank you, North End Richard VA3VJC. Let's go all the way to the East End now and say hello to Arpad VA3VAD. Good evening, Arpad.
Yeah, thank you very much, Chuck. And I did find you on the website here, and I like the 4-camera setup. You should have one in the backyard as well, or maybe in the front yard, or I don't know. But put some more antenna up there. And you're sounding good. You're coming in loud and clear. I just checked into the Toronto AREG net, and looks like the conditions are working good. And probably I asked Nanu to come in and check into this net as well to try out his setup antenna over there at the X50. And actually, I did hear him he checked into the VHF side to the net. And interestingly, when he was used to be checking in with the handy walkie-talkie, I never heard him on the rubber ducky antenna. He has this extended rubber ducky antenna, and he was doing well. He was good with on the 440 side with the rubber ducky antenna, but now he's using an X50 antenna, and he was S9. When he checked into our net, he was an S9, and when he checked into the Toronto AREG net on the VHF side, he was S9. So looks like it makes a huge difference to use an X50 or a rubber ducky antenna. Back to you, Chuck.
Yeah. I think you're talking about Nuno. I think he checked in with us last week with his new antenna there. Great signal from where he was. My goodness.
Yeah, because that's what I was wondering. His line of sight to me, I guess, roughly, anyways. And I'm using the exactly same antenna for the 2 meter and the 440. And he was coming in S9 on the VHF side, S9 on the UHF side. So no, not bad. He's doing a really good job. So that's a good lesson to all those people who are using a rubber ducky antenna for a long time, and they don't want to do too much changes. Like what's his name? the guy from Burlington, Peter. For 2 years now, he's checking in with his rubber duck, and he's promising he's going to put a antenna on the balcony rail, and he has the antenna, but he doesn't have the coax. So yeah, it's a good deal when somebody lives in an apartment to try to put an antenna out. Makes a huge difference. All right, I'm going to do some listening here. I don't want to hold up the net too much, and yeah. By the way, I'm putting out 100 watt on the an omnidirectional antenna, and I'm seeing my SWR is 1.5, so it's a little bit high, but that's okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, it is moist out. It has been. That water, I don't care. It will get into places where you think it won't. But anyways, yeah, great signal, RPAD, as always. Your full strength over here, and nice loud audio. And yeah, okay. So thank you very much, and we'll talk to you again soon. And that was Victor Alpha 3, Victor Alpha Delta. Let's see if anyone else would like to check in with us here on the Amateur Radio Exchange Group. This is Victor Alpha 3, Charlie Juliet Zulu. My name is Chuck, and my station is located in East Hamilton, and we're streaming live on YouTube. Any new check ins, please come now.
V3GBD.
VE3GBD George. Good evening, George. How's things?
Very good. Actually, very good. I was trying to work on the radio on the truck. For some reason, I can't get it. I do the 443075, but I got it to the plus side, but it won't get me to the repeater. It gives me a different frequency. I think it was like 444777, which is ridiculous. So I gotta work on that. But other than that, not much going on there. Chuck, back to you, my friend.
All right. Very good, George. Sometimes when it gets a little bit too much there, when you're trying to learn something like that, uh, you just take a break, right? You say, you know what, I'll do it in a few hours or tomorrow or just a little bit later. And it's good to take a break from it because when I know when I get to the point where things are going in my head, but they're jumping right out right as soon as it goes in there. So it's no use trying to learn at that point. So yeah, take a break there, George.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I don't know what it's like on this. On this one, I've never used it on 146.430. Would you mind if I ran out there real quick and give it a shot?
By all means, there, George, go right ahead. We'll do some birthdays on this day today while you go out there and do that. All right. With further ado, with no further ado, you guys all know the Bunsen burner, right? In high school and that. Well, Robert Bunsen was born on this day, but way back in 1811. Can you believe that? Vincent van Gogh has a birthday today in 1853. Uh, Albert Pierre Point. He's the last and longest serving British executioner. It's estimated between 433 and 608 executions. His birthday's today. He was born in 1905, and get this, he died in 1992. So that's interesting. All right, we'll take a break on that and see if old George has got his other radio ready to go. All right, maybe not. Well, the inventor of IKEA, or the founder of IKEA, also has a birthday today. He was born in 1926, and don't ask me to pronounce his name properly. It's Ingvar Kamprad. I don't know. He's Swedish, and yeah, he died in 2018. All right, let's see if George is ready to go.
All right, here we go. V3GBD in the mobile. How's that sound over there, Chuck?
Sounds good and loud. If I were you, I would turn the mic gain down or back away from the microphone a bit. You're vibrating the speakers over here, and well, yeah. But go ahead, bring it back. See how you make out.
Comment. All right, how's that? I had it right to my mouth. Probably shouldn't have.
Yeah. Okay. There's a comment in there, George. Hold. Go ahead. Comment.
Hey, George, V3PDO. Yeah, what do you call it? Chuck said good and loud. I would just say loud, because it's so loud it sounds terrible when you were up so close to it like that. So, yeah, just to give you the heads up, back off of it a bit. Is that a stock mic that came with the radio or something?
Yeah.
Stock mic. It's a stock mic. It came with the radio. But yeah, I had it right to my mouth. And it said not to, but, you know, it's just a habit. How's it sound? Does it sound good?
Well, to me, George, it sounds a little bit like a cheap microphone. Like it's almost sounds like you're in a barrel. But it's to be expected. If you got a better microphone, uh, but other than that, I mean, it sounds fine now that you're not eating the microphone.
Yeah, well, I can't change the microphone. It comes with the radio. It's got one of those plugs. It's like the old phone jack plug, right? So that I just, I got the truck running too. So you might hear background noise, the heaters.
Okay, that's what I'm hearing. Okay, that's what I'm hearing. Um, I thought you had the mic gain cranked so high that when like on the CB, people, everything to the right, and you key up, and you can hear like a mouse farting in the basement. That air noise, that's what I thought it was. And sure enough, it is air, but it's coming from your truck heater. But other than that, you're sounding good there, George. And maybe try to practice that in the house radio as well. Don't put your mouth right on the mic there, buddy.
Okay. Well, I'll definitely practice that. It's just a habit, eh? I think it was because of the, sideband. Just put it right to my face, right? So now, yeah, I'm actually sitting in the truck. You probably hear the heater noise, but this radio sound good over there, Chuck? Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Like the other radio, you're full strength over here as well, and you're sounding much better now. Anyone else with a report for George? There you go, George. It's unanimous.
All right. Yeah, I was just checking my gas gauge too. I'm at 3/4. I gotta go tomorrow and fill her up. Anyway, I just wanted to try this radio. I appreciate that, Chuck. You let me know. Okay. I gotta go back into the garage and I'll be listening. I'll be standing by and I'll be hanging around.
All right, there, George. Well, when you get back into the house there, maybe ask the missus to bring up YouTube and then just put in VA3CJZ and look for the AREG live tonight or AREG week 100489. And you just move the slider back and forth to where you want to listen to it. Right now it's 8:40 p.m. So it has the time on the video. Just slide it back a couple of minutes before 8:40 p.m. there, maybe 8:35 or so, and then you'll be able to hear yourself on YouTube there, George.
Right on. All right, yeah, no, I definitely appreciate you guys letting me know. Yeah, it is loud. I'm not, I don't know how to set it up properly yet. I'm still learning. It's a new radio to me. It's in my truck, and I need a radio in my truck because it is a police interceptor. So I need a radio.
Absolutely, and I think you'll do just fine with it. So yeah, thanks for checking in, George. We'll catch you next round, unless you have a comment or you want to try again, something else. Um, and yeah, so let's see if anyone else is out there would like to stop by the Amateur Radio Exchange Group. This is VA3CJZ. Looking for check-ins. Please come now.
V3TGL.
All right, I heard VE3TGL. Is that Uwe? Yes, sir. Good evening. How are you?
Thanks for the comeback there, Chuck. V3 CJZ, V3TGL, Uwe here. In here, Toronto, West End of Toronto, Etobicoke. Anyways, just thought I'd check in there. I heard you guys in there. And you sounded good today. A little noisy, but not too bad. Can make you out pretty good. And I got to go run up and have some dinner, so I'm not going to be sticking around. But I just thought I'd check in, say hi to everybody, and I hope everybody's having a good night. Anyways, I'll send it back to you. V3TGL, back to net.
Okay, very good, Uwe. You're sounding really good. I've got you here at the Center Mall in East Hamilton at 10 over S9 there. So really good job from where you are. So that new antenna is working just fine.
Yeah. You're coming in about 5.8, little noise, but totally good. Yep. I don't know if there's any difference on the antenna, but conditions have been good all around tonight anyway. So
yeah,
we'll see within time. Anyways, back to you guys. I got to get out of here. 73 guys. V3TGL.
Okay, very good there. VE3TGL. Uwe, thank you very much. And go have some dinner. Okay, let's see if Arpad is still there and see if he can get us a report that what he heard from Uwe.
Actually, I did try him with two radios, and one of them is the omnidirectional, and the other one is the beam antenna, which one is pointing right at to his location. And I'll tell you the truth, I did able to hear him on the 2 meter, on the omnidirectional antenna. But I have a S5 noise on that one and S7 on the beam antenna. So yeah, at this time of the night, I do have some noise, and I did hear him talking, but he wasn't that strong. Just barely heard him.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, looks like I have a better shot at him from my location. So, yeah, he was coming in great over here. So, very good. Okay, thanks, Arpad. Um, um, anyone else? Paul, are you listening? Or Mac? Let's see how Mac picked up Uwe.
Mac got stalled at the fridge.
Oh, yeah, he's still mixing his drink. Shaken but not stirred. What do you say there, Paul?
Not much. I didn't check the signal, but Uwe was sounding fine over here. Good clean audio, no bacon in there, of course, and yeah, 100% crystal clear.
All right. Thank you, Paul. How about you, Deb? VA3OYL.
Yep.
It's okay if you're a little busy. We were just wondering if you heard Uwe check in from Toronto and see if you heard him.
No, I didn't hear them. I'm on the inside antenna, which is the beam, and it's pointed towards you.
Oh.
I heard just a little break in the noise, but that was all.
Okay. Very good then. Very good. All right. Well, it's nice to get reports from people in different parts of the city when you're getting out of town signals coming in.
V3GBD. I heard Uwe in my garage here on my ICOM. He was coming in loud and proud. Couldn't hear him in the truck, but he was coming loud and proud in my shed here.
All right, very good, George. I was going to call on you, honest. Wanted to see how he was doing. So, no signal report though.
I kind of missed it. I just got the tail end of Uwe talking, but he's quite loud, but didn't say a signal because I wasn't looking at the radio.
Caught you when you weren't looking. Okay, George. Thank you for that. All right. Listen, before we move along, let's talk about some contests. Last weekend was a big one. I personally got 30 something contacts, and 3/4 of them were on 15 meters, 21 megahertz. It was just smoking. It was busy, and I had a lot of fun with that. And we'll ask people how they did as the night goes on as well. I forgot to bring that up earlier, but for now we've got a bunch of southern uh, contests coming up. April 2nd at 1400 Zulu time, which I believe is around 10 o'clock in the morning Saturday. Um, April 2nd, it says here, 1400 Zulu. And that's on CW, digital, and phone, which means sideband. And that will be 2 meters, 6 meters, 10, 15, 20, 40, 80, and 160. And that is for the Louisiana QSO party. At the same time, will be the Mississippi QSO party, CW, sideband, RTTY, and FT4 and FT8. Again, all the same bands, two up to 160. Then we got the Missouri one, or should I say Missouri? This one here has VHF and UHF included in it. Same date, same time, or no, time is at 0400 Zulu. But you can check all those out on the website, um, contestcalendar.com. And then we also have the Florida State Parks on the air this weekend, which I know a few of you hunters out there will probably be busy. Poland has a contest as well, single sideband and CW, and that's from 10 meters, 15, 20, 40, 80, and 160. So lots of contests coming up this weekend. Okay, let me drop. All right. Well, let's see if anyone else is out there. I did hear Wade out, or not here, but I saw him comment on the YouTube stream. We are streaming live. Put in my call sign VA3 CJZ in the YouTube search box and look for us live there. But Wade, are you on the radio? VA3 NCA.
VA3NCA, yes, Chuck, I'm here and listening along. I was about to call in the next round, so
There you go.
so thank you for calling me.
See?
Nothing really to to add at this point. I'll be listening along on the side, taking part in the Wednesday ChuckNet. Thanks for doing it, VA3NCA.
All right, Wade. What about the HF contest on the weekend? There, did you participate?
No, I haven't quite tackled HF contesting yet, but as far as POTA hunting goes, which is, I suppose, well, the game, it's kind of contesting adjacent at least. I hit the 50 park hunted level, including lunchtime yesterday. I managed to reach somebody I know from an online community out in Manitoba who was working Canada America shared park, so that was interesting. That was good. I'm pretty deaf to the west because that's heading right into the side of the mountain for me, so it was good that I could reach him at all. Quiet, but I could reach him, so that was fun. Yeah, other than that, I just follow along on the contest for now.
Oh, okay, very good. Yeah, every contest is different as to what they require. Some this last one here required you to give them which number contact that he or she is. You know, one to. Oh, that's another thing. Someone mentioned there were some pretty high numbers. Uh, I heard one go all the way close to 6,000. Uh, the one guy that I made a contact with, I was contact number 3,998. So that's the highest that I've gotten with a contester this weekend there. So that was pretty interesting.
B3BK.
Yeah, contacts in the thousands. I'm not sure. The contester must have to wear a diaper or something. I'm not sure how they'd handle that. Anyways, yeah, I've heard other ones too that give birthdays and give various other bits of information, mostly from what I can listen along to and hear other people talk about. But at some point, I'll get involved. Yeah, someday I'll get involved. Back to you, Chuck. Thanks. VA3NCA.
Okay, Wade. Thanks again for that. We'll call on you again soon. And I heard you, Rick, VE3BK, loud and proud. Good evening, sir. How are you?
Yeah, pretty good there, Chuck. Oops, we're getting feedback here.
Whoa.
Okay, we got the situation here under control. Anyway, I have somebody here from Australia who would like to check into your net with a special event call there. So what do you think of that? Over.
Oh, that's fantastic. Well, let's see who that station is. This is Victor Alpha 3, Charlie Juliet Zulu.
A3 Charlie Juliet Zulu. Chuck, good morning from West Australia. Special event call sign Victor Kilo 80 Lima Alpha November. We're just finishing up the month of March. We had the opening ceremony, and tonight, our time, we're going to have the closing ceremony. So, quite an event for March. But I thought we'd check into your net here. Rick is in between doing whatever he needs to do to make all this happen. Chuck, a pleasure, sir. VK80 Lima Alpha November, Red here in Western Australia.
All right. Very good. VK80 Lima Alpha November, VA3 CJZ here. Thank you for that check in all the way from Australia, Reg. Hope you are feeling better. It does sound like you are a little bit. So good to hear that. And that's fantastic. We're getting a check in from the VK80 land call sign one last time. I think I'm not sure if I've got it in my book yet or not, but we do now. So thank you, Rick, for the magic of internet and communications. Very good. Thank you, sir.
Okay, we'll turn back to Rich. Go ahead, Rich.
VA3 Charlie Julia Zulu, VK80 LAN. Yeah, today will be our last day for the special event call sign. All three of us made out pretty good for the month of March. Reg is going to have to be at home here for the event tonight, but in any event, we got the VHF group. They'll be down at the Royal Australian Air Force Museum here in Bull Creek, so we'll have everything hooked up onto Echolink. Have the boys in from Great Britain and Canada and Australia, and we'll have the final ceremony of the event. All is good, and thanks to Rick for having this available. We do appreciate checking in. VA3 Charlie Juliet Zulu, BK80 LAN Australia. Good morning.
Okay, Reg, and good morning to you, sir. And that's great. You're going to have Echolink and everything done up there. We're going to try and make it. See if we can catch you on the. Oh, I just got a brain fart here. You just mentioned it. But anyways, I just want to say thanks, Reg, for checking in one last time. It was a great, it was a pleasure. I've got at least a dozen check-ins with the VE80 LAN, and so it's great to have Australia in there. So thanks again for doing it there, gentlemen. It was a great month, and I do appreciate it, sir. So we'll say 7-3 for now, and we'll talk to you again soon. Take care, Reg. Back to you, Rick.
Yeah, okay, well, how about a check-in from Victor Echo 80 LAN, VE80 LAN. And, yeah, the special event on Echolink for anybody that's listening will be 8 a.m. local time here on Thursday. So we'll be on there for our closing ceremony, March 31st. And Great Britain will be in there, but they won't be able to use their GB80 LAN call anymore because their license expired on the 28th. Anyway, put me down for VE80 LAN, and also put me down for V3BK. You got two check-ins there. Okay, I think Rich has something else to say. You got anything else to say there, Rich?
No, I'm fine for now. It's just a pleasure to be able to do what we did there. Thanks, Rick.
Okay, there you go. Okay, so back to the AREG net, and thanks for letting us in there, Chuck. V3 VK.
All right, Rick, always a pleasure. Thanks for jumping in there. Anyone else would like to comment or jump in there? Go ahead.
Absolutely. Echolink. How do I do that in the morning on the I have Echolink. So how do I get on like that particular frequency?
Yeah, Echolink. Okay, go to Echolink and go to TechLink.
Wow.
9229 on the Echolink, and we'll be there at 8 a.m. Tomorrow morning.
Okay. Well, I'll definitely be listening. 9229 Echolink. All right. Thank you very much, sir.
Okay, any other questions before we leave?
No, I'll jump in and say a quick hello to
Reggie.
Western Australia there. Good to hear you in there. It's been a while since I talked to you. Anyways, just a quick hello. I won't hold things up. V3PDO. Thanks, Rick.
Okay, 73 from here, and I'm sure he'll be glad to hear you tomorrow morning there, Paul. 73, and thanks, Chuck. V3BK.
All right, very good. Well, what a surprise, eh? On March 30th, we get one last check-in from Rick with the VE80 LAN call, and Reggie from Western Australia. It is 9 o'clock in the morning over there right now. So have a great day over in Australia. Okay, any other comments in there? Please go ahead. Okay, so let's see if anyone else is out there would like to join us here for the Amateur Radio Exchange Group. This is VA3CJZ. Looking for check-ins. Please come now.
VA3 and PT.
VA3 and PT. Nuno. Good evening, sir. You're sounding good tonight.
Good evening, Chuck. A normal frequency. Yeah, that is wild. To how these days we can transmit all over the world with the power of the internet. I'm not like I don't know how to work with Echolink yet, but I will learn. And yeah, you coming with F7, Chuck. A little bit noise, but yeah, I can hear most of the stations. And I look like we have most likely good conditions. Otherwise, tomorrow will be like nasty weather again. But yeah, be prepared for tomorrow. VA3 and PT.
Be prepared for tomorrow. I'm looking forward to that 15 degrees Celsius. We'll see what happens in between there. You're doing a great job here. I've got you at 10 over S9. Maybe my meter's a little bit too generous, but nonetheless, that's the signal we have from you there. And if you want to listen back on YouTube, just put my call sign in the YouTube search box, and you could look for us live there, or the title AREG Week 1489. So just move the slider at the bottom of the YouTube to where you want to hear it, and yeah, listen back or listen along live. All right, Nuno, did you do any HF on the weekend with the contest?
Not really, Chuck, because in here I live on an apartment, so I still have to buy some kind of antenna to plug my radio. I don't have HF antenna. I want to, but I have to still to see what kind of antenna and what kind of frequencies I can put it in here without freaking out my neighbors, because I already have that Diamond X50 antenna on the umbrella support over there on the corner of the balcony. And because I'm on the 29th floor, it's good because you cannot see from the like from the road or the street, so just my neighbors who can complain. But I don't want to go like too crazy on antennas in here, and then people can start to hear my voice on the microwave or something like that. So we'll see. I searched some small antennas for HF, and probably I'm just going to buy one just to try. But we'll see that. And for the weather, yeah, they're saying like will be like 100 kilometers hour gusting winds tomorrow. So it'll be nice weather, but it will be nasty winds. So we'll see. We'll see tomorrow.
Oh, the high winds thing. Okay. All right. Well, thanks for the heads up. And yeah, there's all kinds of um, confined space antennas that you can get there, and just got to do a little research and find what you need, what suits you best, and go from there. But uh, in other cases, yeah, there is a VHF UHF contest coming up this weekend. If you want to look it up, go to contestcalendar.com uh, and look it up there, contestcalendar.com. And there's one from Poland. There's a whole bunch of southern U.S. Uh, contests, and there's one that's marked for VHF, UHF, one or two of them, anyways. So you should check that out.
Okay, Chuck. Thank you for the information. Yeah, I will check. And most of the HF bands and you guys transmit or make contacts is on 20 megahertz, because they have like a lot of small antennas for the frequencies, but I don't know which one I could like choose like in here. I don't know if you have like an idea, the one I can just start it to listen. I don't know radios from America, sorry, U.S. or something like that would be grateful.
Okay, well, there's several bands that are fairly popular. I would say anywhere from 10 meters to 40 meters. So uh, 20, uh, 21 megahertz, that's 15 meters. 28 megahertz, that's 10 meters. Um, and then, of course, 14 megahertz is 20 meters. And so you want to stick around that range. If you can go up to 40 meters, then that's even better. But yeah, I'm not sure what's on the market right now. Probably RPAD could help you out.
Yeah, I'm here. I have to help out with what? Sorry, I was talking to the wife at the same time.
What antenna in a confined space antenna would you recommend for Nuno to get started on a HF confined space for him to get on the HF there? A ham stick or something like that?
Yeah, yeah. He's in an apartment building. I'm sorry. I lived in condos for a long time, and it's not going to work. What I would recommend, he has a fusion radio. I would just use a fusion, one of those access point or something, and then you can go through the internet. Yeah, he's not going to get out. He can hear stations, but they're not going to be able to hear him.
Right. So he'd be better off getting an interface for the internet. Okay. Well, there you go, Nuno.
Yeah, thanks for the help. Yeah, I was predicting already that because all the metal on the building and everything probably will going to cause a lot of interference. I already have the Raspberry Pi with the hotspot for Fusion, so it'll be. I used to listen along and make contacts in Portugal on the net on Wednesdays too. Uh, so yeah, probably I'm going to just to stick with that for now until I own a house with backyard.
Yeah, Nonu, what I would recommend actually, what would be good, if you would get something like a long wire antenna or half-wave antenna. What we are, Mark is using one, I'm using one, Huey using it. It's an MFJ 1984. It's an end-fed antenna. Then you would take your radio into the car and go out to the park or somewhere, pull out the antenna, and just like there's no noise, no nothing, and you would use it as a portable.
Yeah, probably on more in the summer or on the good weather. Probably I'm going to see that use a connection and take this radio and the cable. I was thinking that for the summer. I was just thinking if I could have something just for the apartment, but yeah, it'll be hard. Okay, Arpad, thank you very much for the comment, and thank you, Chuck, too, for helping. I'm just kind of going to use the Fusion for now until the summer and see.
Yeah, and about your signal on the net, on the 440 side, you were coming in with an S9. And right now you're coming in with an S9. And I heard you at the Toronto AREG, and you were coming in with an S9. So looks like your VHF and UHF side is working exactly the same. That antenna is perfect for you. And I mentioned it before when you were using the extended rubber ducky antenna. I always heard you on the 440 quite good. But on the 2 meter, you were a little bit weak. So actually, I never did hear you on the 2 meter side. So that X50 it was a good choice for you.
Yeah, I think this setup for a beginner probably it's the best setup, like the Yaesu, the FT991A with old band Chuck, like Chuck in the box, and then that antenna it's good too. So yeah, well, I'm happy with this. Okay, Arpad, and thank you for all. And Chuck, back to you, VA3 and PT.
Okay, very good, Nuno. Thanks for checking in, sir. I do appreciate it. And yeah, that antenna is just working great down at this end. So uh, especially you facing south there, you got a great shot at making a lot of contacts. So have fun with that. And anything else before we move along there, you know?
No, that's all. Will be all fun until they start to building all the condos in front of me, and then we'll see. Because in here, in a year they build 3-4 condos in a snap. So they are start taking down the. I had like a Best Buy on Young Street in front of me, and it's already down to the ground. So they're going to build like a big building in front. So we'll see. We'll see in a couple of months how is the degradation of the signal.
Yeah, can you imagine? You spend all that money on a condo, and in 2 years' time, they put a building up, and your view is gone. That would suck.
Yeah, and it's still far. I have my neighbors on my side. They start to building like really close by. So if you are doing something on the kitchen, probably you're looking to the neighbor across the street. So yeah, on the so on the south side of Eglinton, yeah, is getting like a little bit crowded over there.
Yeah, I guess telescopes and binoculars come in handy when you got a view up there. That'd be great. Anyways, okay, Nuno, thanks again for checking in, sir. Much appreciated. You enjoy the rest of the evening, and we'll talk to you again soon. VA3NPT. Let's see if anyone else is out there like to check into the Amateur Radio Exchange Group. This is VA3CJZ. Looking for check-ins. Please come now.
Contact
Go ahead, sir.
Victor Alpha 3 Indy Mike Whiskey. Nuno is just rocking the world. This setup he's got on 2 meters, he's coming to me, believe it or not, with 30 over S9.
Wow.
Chuck, actually, that's stronger than you up the hill. So you're reaching me with an S20, so that's respectable. But yeah, he's just rocking it. So yeah, I was gonna suggest if he wants to live dangerously, that an end-fed long wire antenna, if he wants to use it in the evenings and toss it over the balcony, and just drop it out there over the balcony as long as it's not in contact with metal, that he would probably be able to hear and get a lot of contacts, and just coil it up when you're finished using the antenna. Be 133 feet long, and with his 29 foot floor elevation, he'd be well above. So it would be the extreme sloper. I can't imagine what the lobes would look like coming off that antenna, but yeah, you can either go with the medium or the high power end-fed, that MFJ 1784, whatever Arpad mentioned. Yeah, they're usually in stock at Radio World. So not only for mobile use, but covert apartment balcony operations. Just dangle it over the balcony and have fun. Anyways, I'll turn it back to you, Chuck. Just a quick comment. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, that's great. Geez, I wonder what kind of signal I would have if I was 29 stories up. uh, I wonder if that old Century 21 building is taller than that. Yeah, you drop that end-fed wire over the balcony at night for covert operation, like you said, and he would dangle all the way down to the 16th floor. So he'd still have plenty of room before he touched the ground.
Contact.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I lived on the 29th floor, and actually I did that, but I didn't use that MFG antenna. What I used was, I mentioned it before, it was a downrigger wire, and Actually, what I did, Nanu has 80 meter. I did measure my distance from the 29th floor all the way down to the pavement, and I used my hunting laser measuring device, and it's exactly 80 meter long. And what I did, I rolled up the no, when you put it on the roll, the fishing line, the stainless steel fishing line, actually you can roll it up and down, and you can use it for every single bend. But what I did, and maybe Nanu can use that, get something like a broomstick or some, and go to Canadian Tire and buy a little wheel, what you put in the at the end of the broomstick. Then when lowering the antenna, so the broomstick, you're going to attach it to the rail, or you can use some kind of plastic. You can go to the dollar store, and they have those green whatever they are, like usually you don't want to use steel, like plastic or something. You try to use to keep it away from the balcony.
Yeah.
Then you put some weight on the end of the antenna, so when you lower it down, the wind is not going to flap it into the balconies there. So it would be in my case I used no, that's interesting, because actually what I used, a full wave 80 meter antenna. Then if I wanted to go to like 40 meter, then I just rolled it up, and I used an alligator clip to clip it to the radio input, and it worked very well. And I could go to 10 meter, whatever. I went with a full meter, so it worked. So yeah, that would be a good idea. But what Mark mentioned, that would be good. But try to keep it away from the balcony. So you would use a broomstick, or I don't know, make it up somehow, and just lower it down. And yeah, it would work. It would be a vertical antenna, and those MFJs, you can put it in any shape and form. They are very flexible. All right, back to you, Chuck.
Yeah, Roger that. I've actually got a spool of that downrigger cable on saved for later in Amazon there. I'm going to get that and check it out. And I think maybe if you had a pulley, you could rig something up with a pulley. I like using pulleys. It saves from climbing up and down and But yeah, very good there, Arpad. I'm definitely gonna look into that for sure.
Yeah, actually, how I used, I bought three rolls of those. They come with 200 feet rolls, the downrigger wires. I bought three of them. Then I clamped it together. And actually, the reason why I bought it, because it's 600 feet long, right?
Wow.
And you go to a soccer field, and you put this wire right onto the grass at night. You don't want to bother anybody, right? So you put it on the top of the grass. Then you hook it up to your radio. Then you go to the lowest bend where you can go, 60 hertz or whatever, and you can hear things what you never heard before. You try to pick up the ground wave, and yeah, that works very well actually.
Just like Nikola Tesla.
Yeah, and well, you try to pick up something like a ground wave signal, and if you have like something like an SDR play or something like that,
Yeah.
that would you go out of town somewhere where there's no noise or whatnot, and just go to a field somewhere and put it right on the ground, and you want to pick up the ground wave signals, and you would be surprised. I had a Kenwood TS450 radio, and that went down to, I can't remember, to a very low bands, and I never heard anything on it because there's no transmission. As soon as when I put it on the soccer field, it was unbelievable. The signals were coming in crystal clear. Of course, there's no communication there, but you can hear those submarine bands.
Oh wow, interesting. Yeah, we'll have to keep that in mind next time there's a big open field there when we're out for a drive. Oh, that's a good idea, Arpad. Appreciate it.
Yeah, and we would use that for receiving only, right? So,
Yeah.
yeah, I guess in that application, longer is better. That's what, I'm talking about the stainless steel wire. So, when you go down to the low bands, like it's called submarine bands. And interestingly, I was reading up on those and how they're communicating with submarines. And they have antennas buried under the shore. It's like a couple of mile long antennas, and they're resonating the beaches.
Yeah, well, that reminds me of the beverage antennas that I keep hearing about from NJ2US, the net controller on the East Coast Amateur Radio Service, ECARS, which is on 7.255 every day till 1:30 in the afternoon. And the one guy there, he's got one beverage antenna facing east-west and another one north north-south. So he's got great receive.
Yeah, well, if you guys interested to see something like submarine communication, go to YouTube and you'll see a whole bunch of them videos about that. And some of the videos are unbelievable. How they have antennas like 5 kilometer or 5 mile long antennas. And now you're going to lower that from an airplane. And for example, the U.S. president has one, and they have right at the back of the plane, they have a big roll of spool of antenna basically, and it's 5 mile long antenna. And what they do, they don't drag it behind them. They put a weight on it, and they lowering the antenna into the ocean, and it's about 2 miles long into the water, and 3 miles, and the plane start doing circles, and basically the antenna goes right into the water, and that's how it's called a buzzer. There's no communication. Basically, they're buzzing the submarines, the nuclear submarines, to come up higher so they can able to communicate with them. So yeah, quite interesting system. And some of the planes, I don't know, these specialty planes, they have those antennas, and yeah, some of the videos you can see it. They have an electric motor and the big winch kind of setup, and that antenna is like quite long. And I always thought they're dragging that antenna behind them, but no, they don't. They lower it into the water for a mile, 2 mile long into the water, and the plane is circling, and basically there's a big weight on it at the end, so it keeps it underwater. So they're resonating the ocean water, and the salty water apparently is doing a good job of that.
Yeah, more interesting stuff. I've heard about that 5 mile long antenna before, and that's old tech. So very interesting.
Yeah, you won't hear any communications. I know some of you guys have these SDR play radios, and yeah, you know what? Take it out to some remote area somewhere where it's at the cottage. Actually, they are so strong at the cottage, they overload in the front end of the SDR play when you're pulling out a long antenna. All right, back to you, Chuck. And yeah, I don't want to hold up the net because I don't want to bore people to sleep.
Not a problem, Arpad. That's what we're here for, and it's radio related, so it's very welcome information. And Nuno says he hopes that you can help him install that antenna, the hanging out of the balcony. I think there. He just commented on the YouTube live stream.
Okay, yeah, I'm looking at it right now. You got lots of messages there, and I'm gonna have to roll it up. Yeah, no, yeah, like actually, yeah, I use a different kind of antenna for my application, but what's nice with that stainless steel wire, because it's not coated, right? So actually, when you wind it up, you know what I used? You go to Canadian Tire and you buy one of these. For the extension cords, you can buy this big wheelie thingy, and that's what I use. When you wind it up, it doesn't count as an antenna, so you can shorten the length all the time. So Yeah, but the antenna what Nonu is looking for is an MFJ 1984. MFJ 1984. They have three different kinds. The L version, that's a low power. M is medium power, and H is high power. And the L version is you don't want that. That's for 20 watt. And the medium is 300 watt, and the 800 watt is the high power one. Probably the medium would be perfectly fine for you.
Ah, there we go. Okay, more useful information. Yeah, that's a good tip there to use those metal hose or extension cord caddies where you can just wind it up. That's a very good idea. Okay, Arpad, thank you very much for all that. And we'll move along and see if we've got anyone else there. Any comments on that there? Please come now.
V3FJJ.
All right, we'll take check-ins too. VE3FJJ. Flynn, good evening, sir. How are you?
Good evening, Truck, and everybody on that. Just plugging away over here, just trying to clean up the good old rig shack, and just listening along.
Yeah, Roger. Right on. Yeah, it's getting to be that time. We're going to be doing some spring cleaning outside and in the shed and whatnot, and just going to wait till things dry up a little bit and warm up. But very good. Nice to hear you in there, Flynn. Anything new and exciting? Did you do any contesting on the weekend?
Negative on that, Truck. Just been, the boss has got me working like a dog, so just doing what I can, making that, that little bit of, dollar, but had somebody come on my property and stole a camera, but other than that, we're doing all right.
What? A security camera?
Yeah, they came right on my property and jumped up on the tower because I had the cameras on the tower with all my antennas, and they stole my camera.
Oh, geez. So yeah, now you you need a camera to show the camera on the tower. So no one steal. That's too bad. You didn't get to see who took it, right?
Oh no! That sorry soul that took the camera. I watched him take the on the surveillance on the video. I watched him take it. Got surveillance of his fingers and all his whatever he had rings on, and watched him go the opposite way where the other camera caught him.
Oh, so you did catch him, eh? Interesting. Well, I'm sorry to hear that there, Flynn. Um, I'm kind of familiar with the neighborhood you're in there. You're by the Delta, right?
Negative. I'm at Kenilworth and Maine there, Chuck, but that's okay. Maybe somebody would be able to help me and enhance the picture that I have of the person, and maybe get a little bit of a more of identity of it, because I don't know all this camera work. But we'll get her straightened out.
Let the police do it.
Arpad, it's some. Yeah, I get you, Arpad. Sorry there, Chuck. I don't want to, but sometimes I gotta find out who it is myself.
Then you're gonna say hello. Then you'll be charged.
No. I just want to I just need somebody that can help me enhance the picture.
Back to you, Chuck. Sorry.
Yeah. Okay. Very good. Well, I'm sure the police have some good software they can use, but hey, it's all up to you, of course. Sorry to hear that again, Flynn. And I meant the Delta High School. You're in that neighborhood, right?
Oh yeah, for sure, Chuck. Yeah, I'm in around that area. So yeah, you know what? Hey, If they wanted the camera that bad, you know what, I would have gave it to them. But you know, it is what it is. You know.
That's too
But
bad.
you know, we're not going to you know, cry wolf over it.
Yeah. Okay. Very good then, sir. All right. Well, thanks for your check in there, Flynn. You take her easy, my friend. Uh, yeah, that's too bad. For sure. I don't know what else to say there, my friend. But anyways, let's move along. Your check-in number 15 tonight, Flynn. So great signal as always, great audio. And you can always listen to yourself back on the YouTube live stream. Of course, we are streaming live. Let's see if anyone else is out there like to join us here on the Amateur Radio Exchange Group for the last half hour until 10 p.m. Any new check-ins, please come now.
Sorry there, Chuck, and I just want to respond to RPAD, but RPAD, you are absolutely right, and thank you very much.
Roger that. Back to you, Chuck.
Okay, well, I did hear a station. I'm not sure, but I think it might be Albert. That station, please come again.
Victor Echo 3, Alpha Papa Tango.
I was right. Now, you came in same time as Flynn there. Good evening, Al. How are you?
Hey, I'm good. I'm beginning to think something's wrong with my radio here. I haven't been on so long. How about yourself there, Chuck?
Yeah, we're doing good. We're doing good. Been hibernating most of the winter. Not getting enough exercise, of course, but with the nicer weather upon us there, I'll be more active and try and get back in shape there. I'm an old man now, starting to feel it. I tell you, all kinds of issue we're not going to get into because I'll take up the rest of the half hour there, Al.
I hear ya. Yeah, I guess we're all getting there. You know, I'm feeling that too in the morning. It takes me 20 minutes there just to get going, but yeah, that's why I'm up at 4:30 every morning.
Yeah, well, with now the days getting longer, all we need is more sunshine and more heat, and we'll be all set. Can't wait to be, having a nice fire out back, barbecuing,
Oh, I know. I'm fed up with this weather, man. It seems like winter doesn't want to let go. It just keeps sticking around, like today and yesterday. It's just it's brutal.
I know. My dog is all depressed because he loves to go sit out front and watch the world go by, right? Other dogs, other people, and squirrels and cats and whatnot. So all the action is out front. But when it's this cold, man, I'm not going out 5 times a day, once or twice. That's it.
Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, we're outside, so we're working outside. Like as you know, we've been doing foundation work over the winter months, so it's been a rough winter for sure. And now we're just getting into the spring, so it's from frost in the ground to the mud. But hey, that's all part of construction, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. I remember in my younger days, they're working out in construction in the wintertime. So, yeah. Um, unless you've been doing it for many years, it's mostly a young man's game. But once you're hardened to the weather, it's no big deal. I've had uncles that worked in demolition, year round. So, yeah, they were tough guys, man. My uncle, man, he had skin like leather. He was also native, but man, his skin was just like leather. Worked hard all his life.
Yeah, that's usually what happens, you know. Myself now, I'm a super, so I hide in a trailer all day. Avoid the outside, unless it's warm.
Right on. I still got that chair, Al. It's starting to give a little now. It doesn't stay upright. Eh, my weight when I lean back in the chair, it'll go click, and then it'll go back a little bit, but it doesn't go all the way. But yeah, it's still being used.
Oh, nice. And the table? I'm guessing you still got that going too.
Yeah, yeah. You should check out the live stream on YouTube. There, you'll see your table now is covered with a lot more stuff than it did when you first came with that table.
Also, what you're saying is you need to update the table, upgrade, I should say, and get a bigger one.
Well, I don't know about that. I think some lumber would be in order, so I could build some cabinets there to put all this stuff on that table. It'll fit.
Oh yeah, like some shelving units of some sort.
Yeah,
It wouldn't hurt to go with a bigger table, though, right?
yeah, absolutely. But the space is limited here, so it would only have to be slightly larger. But yeah, man, I built cabinets when I was at the other house there, and too bad I left it behind. But yeah, I like making those myself.
Ah, nice. That's good. That's good. I'm glad you're still going there. That's for sure. Just like these nets here in the evening, our pad's net, your net, it's still going strong. Good stuff, though. Good stuff for you guys. VA3CJZ, VE3APT.
Okay, Al. Thanks again for checking in, my friend. You're gonna have to stop by for a coffee or something there one day, and we'll chit chat for a bit.
Oh, yeah, for sure. One of these days when I'm not so busy. If I'm in the neighborhood, I'll swing by for sure.
All right, sounds good, Al. You know where we live. Thanks again, my friend. You take care. The best to you and the missus. We'll talk to you again soon there. Take care. VE3APT. Anyone else out there like to check into the Amateur Radio Exchange Group? This is Victor Alpha 3, Charlie Juliet Zulu. New check ins, please come now.
Victor Echo 3, Romeo Whiskey Juliet.
Okay, Victor Echo 3, Romeo Whiskey Juliet, Chris in Dundas. Good evening.
Watch your mouth. I'm in Ancaster.
Oh, I'm going to have to put that in my notes here. Sorry about that. Oh.
That's okay. Maybe I'd have an even stronger signal if I was in Dundas. I don't know. That Dave, Delta Golf Alpha, is in Dundas, and he comes in here like S7 with half a watt. So anyway,
Yes.
Albert, good to hear you. You're way over S9 here. I don't know if you or Mac is stronger, but you're both way over S9. Not much else going on. Just been listening along for a while. I have a local noise on 2 meters that I need to track down because it's on in the evenings, and it messes up things like Simplex Nets. So I can hear about half the people that are checking in. Anyway, let me just unkey for a sec. I have something for sale that if anyone listening has hearing issues, might help. It's the Heil Parametric Receive Audio System. It's an audio amplifier with an equalizer. So it lets you boost the mid-range and get the sound more intelligible if you have trouble picking voices out of the noise on HF. And your ears are starting to go. This might do the trick. So I'm selling it and the powered speaker, the Heil powered speaker that goes with it. So if anyone's interested in that, please contact me. I'm on QRZ. My email's up there, or catch me on the air, or maybe in the AREG Facebook group or on Facebook. I'm all over the place. Back to you, Chuck. VA3CJZ, VE3RWJ.
All over the place. Yeah. Like some people. Yeah, I'm all over the place too there, Chris. Very good. Do you have anything else that you want to part with you'd like to mention?
Well, I'm single, but I think I'm in the wrong hobby to solve that problem.
Okay, well, we can't raffle you off on the AREG, Chris. Maybe one day we'll have a special event there and raffle someone off.
Yeah, single hams night. Anyway, all right, back to you. I'm just going to listen for a while. V3RWJ.
Okay, Chris, thanks for checking in, sir. You're sounding great. Your signal is full strength over here. I do have a generous receive, but nonetheless, you're doing a fantastic job from Ancaster. Well, let's go to all the way to the other end of the city and see if George VE3GBD is listening and what kind of signal he's got on you. George, I think you're the furthest station out east there. Go ahead.
Well, sir, no, he sounded fantastic over here. I just gotta say, yeah, well, everybody sounds good. Like, I haven't heard any poo-poo stations. Everybody sounds good. Other than that, no, not much else to report there, Chuck. Yeah, no, everything sounds good. Back to you, my friend.
All right, very good. Well, I'll just check in because Ancaster is on the other side of Dundas, is it not? And thought we'd do a signal report. Okay, very good. Thank you, George, and thank you, Chris. We hope to talk to you again real soon, and we'll be in touch. VE3RWJ. Any other check ins for tonight's Amateur Radio Exchange Group? This is Victor Alpha 3, Charlie Juliet Zulu. Looking for check ins. Please come now. All right, let's go to the top of the list and say hello to VA3IMW. Actually, Mike from Burlington was number one, but I think he's moved on. And so let's go to Mac.
Well, Chuck, good dialogue tonight for sure. And Chris, of course, Albert's much stronger than I am, being the gracious host that I am. Anyways, George, glad to hear you're making good progress with your radio for the truck, and I just thought, if I recall correctly, Pierre also runs a TYT radio, so he's quite familiar with the programming sequence. So if you run into problems, there's a guy to go to as well. Let's see here. Heil. Lots of good stuff out there. Sometimes the price tags associated with these Heil systems are a little bit, well, I'd say they're extreme, but they're investments, and yeah, if it makes sense for you, then it's certainly a good investment. So anybody that's interested in Heil equipment, and if you can get it used and make a good deal on it, then you're ahead of the game. Anyways, I've heard birthdays and some other stuff like that, but Chuck, I think there's some other this day in history stuff that we're missing. Roger?
Oh, yeah. Let's see now. What do we have here? A lot of births and deaths. Events. Oh, get this. The Alaska Purchase was in 1867. The United States buys Alaska from Russia for $7,200,000. That was worth $109 million in 2018, roughly 2 cents an acre. And as you might have heard, Russia wants Alaska back. They asked for it a couple of weeks ago. I wonder how that's going. And let's see. On this day in 1981, U.S. President Ronald Reagan is shot and wounded. Do you remember another guy that was wounded? But there was 3 people. Oh, and the world's most valuable tip at a restaurant. In 1984, New York Police Detective Robert Cunningham offers the waitress Phyllis Penzo half of his $1 lottery ticket. The next day, they win $6 million. How do you like that?
Be nice to your local cop.
And speaking of which, be nice to Jose Canseco. In 1992, a man accidentally backs into Oakland A's Jose Canseco's $225,000 Lamborghini. Woohoo! Ouch. Sorry, bud. And in 2012, American Mega Millions lottery hits a world record lottery amount of $640 million. I don't know if that's been bested yet. There you go, Mac. You feel better now?
Much better. Much better. And to top it off, it's hump day. So happy hump day to everybody. So we're coming up on, we're almost like 9:45. So I'm assuming this is going to be like the 73 round, or are you going to go around and round and round?
Yeah, we're going to make this the 7-3 round there, Mac.
Contact.
Oh, there's Vanya in there. So I won't hold it up, and thank you very much for doing what you're doing. Keep up the good work, and good evening, Vanya. As soon as Chuck says it's okay, then you can take over the frequency.
Okay, Mac, thanks for that, and thanks for your input and for sticking around once again. Next, I heard contact. Victor Alpha 3, X-Ray Lima Juliet, I do believe. Good evening, Vanya.
It's more like to everyone. So I had a funny 2 days. I had a funny sleeps. Anyways, but that doesn't matter. So I just actually woke up and I just stopped by to say hello before I start packing my stuff for the work for tonight. And I'm gonna kind of stick around until the end. And yeah, just to give you a quick check-in. And the interesting thing about that Alaska thing is so. What's going to happen when the Chinese people start asking for the northern Manchuria from the Russia? Like it's going to be the same predicament.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, what can you do, right? It's these are pretty sensitive times, I would say for sure. But we're not going to get too much into politics there. We've only got less than 13 minutes left to go, Vanya. So I'll say thanks again for jumping in and checking in with us.
Yeah, thank you, Chuck, and yeah, you guys are welcome. So yeah, I'm gonna just tough it out here till the end, and hopefully we're gonna go. We will hear each other back again tomorrow, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely there, Vanya. You have yourself a great evening or night shift, I should say. And I never did like night shift, but what can you do, right? Thanks again, Victor Alpha 3, X Ray Lima Juliet. Next on the list is Debbie, Victor Alpha 3, Oscar Yankee Lima. Last call, Debbie.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm looking forward to warm weather tomorrow, even though it's windy. So it'll make it feel a little more like spring. Anyway, good net and what you're doing there. And I'll say 7-3 to all. VA 3.
All right, Deb. Thank you once again from the West End of Hamilton. Doing a great job, and you too there. Enjoy tomorrow, temperature wise, but apparently there's going to be some high winds. So be wary of anything that may get damaged due to the high winds. I heard someone, Nuno, I think, said maybe 100 km an hour. So, yeah, if you can take stuff down or tie it off, I would suggest to do that. Thanks again, Debbie. Next on the list for last call is where are we here? PDL, Paul. If you're still with us, Victor Echo 3, Papa Delta Lima. Last call, Paul. All right, nothing heard. And next is North End Richard, but I do believe he said he's turning everything off. So good night, Richard. Thanks for joining us on YouTube and on the radio. Much appreciated, Richard. Next is Arpad, VA3 VAD. Last call, Arpad.
Yeah, thank you very much. Good net. And yeah, I was doing some measurements here to see which antenna does what. And yeah, looks like this antenna, what I'm using, is the best. And I was using a small antenna sitting on the top of the air condition. Hooked it up to the scanner, and I have the beam antenna as well. So I got 3 radios were running, and yeah, I tried to figure out which one is the best for what application. Looks like the omnidirectional antenna is the best choice. Yep, very good. Good website. I can see you're looking good. Yeah, your hair is not growing that much, but hey, maybe one day, one day. All right. Thank you very much, Chuck. You're doing a good job, and do appreciate what you do for the hamster radio community. Back to you.
Absolutely, there, Arpad. It's a pleasure having you on board and sharing your wealth of knowledge with regards to amateur radio as well as other things. Thanks, Arpad. You enjoy the rest of the evening. We'll check in on your net tomorrow. And so take care. VA3 VAD. Let's stay in the East End and say hello to VE3 GBD George.
Well, what's going on? Hey. Oh, nothing going on over here. You know, just getting the garbage rounded up. Get it out. Oh, Jesus. A lot of garbage. Other than that, not much to report there, Chuck. But, hey, it's a good net. Good net. Hello, everybody on the net.
All right, there, George. Thanks for checking in with us. Remember, don't eat the microphone. We can hear you just fine. You have a voice that carries. And so, especially on that mobile radio in the truck, it vibrates the speakers there. So, back off a little bit and you'll be doing just fine. Have a great rest of the night there, George. Next, well, Sean, FNI, he couldn't check in, but he did on YouTube. Next is Wade, VA3NCA. Last call, Wade.
Thanks, Chuck. Still here, listening along and enjoying the net again. Another successful one. Time goes fast on Wednesday nights, and so I'll say 73 to all who are still listening, and see you in another week. VA3NCA, 73 all.
Okay, Wade, thanks for checking in, sir, and sticking around. I'm not sure if you heard the check-in from Australia, but with the VK80 LAN as well as the VE80 LAN earlier this evening, you can check it out on my YouTube stream. Just put VA3CJZ in the search box and look for AREG week 1489. At 53 minutes, I've got Rick and Reggie from Australia checking in. So you can put the slider bar at the bottom of the video at 53 or 8:53, I should say, and you should be able to hear Reggie from Australia. For those of you who missed it, as well as VE3BK. All right. Thanks again, Wade. Let's see if Uwe is still here. I'm not sure. VE3TGL. Are you still there, Uwe? All right. Well, speaking of what I was just talking about, let's go to VE3BK. Rick, are you still with us? Okay, guess not. Remember, tomorrow morning, if you want to get on Echolink, I think it's node 9229 at 8 a.m. Will be the last get together for those call signs, those 3 call signs for the month of March. Tomorrow is the closing ceremony, I guess. So check out Echolink. All right, Nuno. Let's see if Nuno's still there. VA3 NPT. Are you finished dinner yet? Okay, nothing heard. Let's go to VE3FJJ. Flynn, last call, sir.
Okay, are you hearing me at all, Chuck?
Oh, yes, sir, I am, Rick. Go ahead. It's your turn.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess you wouldn't hear me before. I'm kidding. You were talking. Yeah. So anyway, it's probably this microphone. I don't use it enough. Anyway, it was 53. It was 53 on the YouTube, so I can hear how Reg came in, and hello to everybody on frequency. And I was hoping I wouldn't miss the last call. I come over here specifically, and then I guess you couldn't hear me there. Over.
Yes, I don't know what happened there, Rick, but maybe we doubled. I'm not sure. Yeah, I've got here, 53 minutes, and the other one is 56 minutes. So right around there on the video, you can play it back, and it sounded great, by the way.
Okay, that's good. Okay. Anyway, so I like I said, I didn't want to miss last check-in. I just turned it back on. I was on with Reg for a while, and we went on Echolink and stuff. So anybody listening, 8 a.m. in the morning on Echolink 9229. If you're using a computer, or go to any web, or go to any repeater that has Echolink on it, and likely it'll be connected. So they're gonna have the voice from Australia at Bull Creek Museum in Australia, broadcasting from beneath the static Lancaster there. So anyway, it should be interesting. This is the last kick of the can for anybody to work Australia if they can't get them on HF. So there you go, Chuck. A little bit of information. This is B3BK. Thanks for letting me in.
Absolutely, there, Rick. Thank you for all that information, and I'm sure a few people will check in on Echolink there. Thanks for all that info, and thanks for the check-in tonight. There, much appreciated. You and Reg. It was a very pleasant surprise there, Rick. So thanks again.
Well, that was the last chance we had, and I asked Reg last week because of his COVID. Last week he was sick. That's why he wasn't there for us to check in last week. But this week he's feeling better, and then we were able to do it. So last kick of the can for anybody. There's a lot of people haven't been able to work VK80 land on HF, but Echolink makes it easy. And by the way, you're back in the VE80 land logbook once more there, Chuck. Over.
All right. We'll have to check that tomorrow and see what our case count is there. So it's been fun. Absolutely. I've got you guys on different bands, and really, it was really something memorable for sure. Okay, Rick, thanks again. Once we wrap it up there, you guys can chit chat on the frequency. We're going to take a break after and then come back. It is garbage night, so we'll probably start collecting that. All right, VE3BK and VE80 LAN. Thank you for the check-in. Let's go to Flynn now, VE3FJJ. Last call, Flynn.
Well, hello, Chuck. Thank you very much. I heard you calling me, so I was waiting there patiently for everybody to say what they had to say. But thanks, Chuck, for having the net from what I heard, and always your pleasure.
Absolutely there, Flynn. Pleasure's on this end. You take care, my friend. Have a great rest of the evening. Next, let's go to Albert, see if he's still there. VE3APT. He might be in bed by now. You never know.
No, we're still here listening along there. I'm going to wrap it up here. Good net there, Chuck, for what I listened to. Anyways, I think I got the last, I don't know, about an hour or so. But good net. Anyway, 73 to all. VA3 CJZ VE3 APT.
Okay, Al. Always a pleasure. It was a very pleasant surprise to hear you as well. So thanks again. Take care, my friend. Don't work too hard. It's hump day. 2 more days to go. Let's see if Chris is still with us. VE3RWJ. Okay, well, let's go to Vanya then and give him the last call or the last word. VA3XLJ. Vanya.
Yeah, hello, Chuck. I'm gonna skip the part where I tell you it's a good net. Every net of yours was good so far. So I'm sure you're gonna keep up the good work, and the next one is gonna be even better than this one. So 7-3 to you guys and the rest of the guys. So yeah, all is well, and I guess that would be it for me. Time to call it quits now.
Okay, Vanya, make sure you pack a good lunch and lots of snacks. Okay, have a good night at work there, Vanya. We'll talk to you again soon. VA3 X Ray Lima Juliet. Well, let's do one last call out. It is 10 p.m., but let's do one last call out for any last minute check ins for this week's Amateur Radio Exchange Group, AREG. This is Victor Alpha 3, Charlie Juliet Zulu. Any check ins come now.
Victor Echo 3, Romeo Mike.
VE3EIR.
Okay, I heard two stations there, VE3RM and VE3EIR. Let's go and say hello to Ron.
Yeah, good evening to you and all on frequency. I just figured I'd jump in there before you closed it, and I'm glad you gave one last chance.
Absolutely there, Ron. You're sounding great as always. Over here by the Center Mall, you're full strength, nice, clean audio. Anything else to add, sir?
No, nothing to add other than I'm in East Mountain, up around Giant Tiger.
Good old Giant Tiger. I remember when they used to give out stamps and you'd put it in a book. You remember that, Ron?
No, I don't.
Okay. Well, I grew up in Ottawa, and Giant Tiger headquarters is there, I believe, or used to be. And whenever you went to buy there, the cash would spit out these stamps, and it was called the Gold Bond Book. And you'd fill up this book with those stamps, and then, of course, there was a cash value when you turned in the book. That was my mom's job. I don't remember too much about it, but I used to remember licking stamps. Anyways, Ron, we'll say thanks for checking in. You take care, sir. We'll talk to you again soon. Next on the list is Victor Echo 3, Echo India Romeo. Ron or Don. Good evening, Don.
Yeah, good evening, Chuck, and all on net. I know it's late. I was kind of listening along on YouTube, and so I thought, no, I better add a bean to the pot. So, anyway, thanks for the net there, Chuck, and we'll check in earlier next week. VE3EIR.
Okay, very good there, Don. I do appreciate you checking in, sir, and listening along on YouTube. We've changed things up just a wee bit there, added some cameras, and hopefully it was enjoyable. I know it was enjoyable for me, as it is every week. And so, with that, we're going to say good night. It's time to put a bow on this week's AREG. This week's AREG, once again, is week 1,484 times AREG has been on the air. Once per week, I should say. And I would like to thank everyone for participating in this week's AREG, and I look forward to hearing from you again next week. Until then, stay safe and have a great rest of the week. This is VA3 CJZ saying 7-3 and good night.